good morning. Happy Monday. Welcome to round 3 from Highlight Crafts. Today we've got some lovely shows for you. We've got a paper show for you now, Paper Connoisseur. And we've got our Lily going to demonstrate for you in this hour. Did you enjoy Doncaster?
It was absolutely fabulous. I had such a lovely weekend. Thank you so much for everyone who came and said hello. I had a little chat. It's been lovely. It absolutely flew by though.
I know it goes really quickly. This week's going to fly by as well.
Oh,
we're
yes.
super busy, which is great. Right, I'm just going to pass this to Amber and then she can sort out the iPad for me while we're introducing the show. So let me introduce you to the rest of the team. We've got Ethan on cameras today. He's been partying in Manchester this weekend. Did you have a good weekend, lad? Did you? Was it really good? What was your best part?
Media City.
Media City. How exciting. I know. I'm just really proud of him. Right, so we've got Ethan on cameras and we've got Amber on production in this hour. There she is, been to see Oasis this weekend. Everyone piled into my home city, didn't they, over the weekend? It looked amazing. At Heaton Park. I know, I have a park.
We expect no less.
A car park, maybe. Right, so, excuse me, first of all, let me tell you where you can watch us and how to shop. You can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and our website, which is highlightcrafts.com. If you're going to shop with us on either Facebook or Instagram, we're going to show you a product, and that product will have a code that will also be on your screen. So when you look at your screen and you see shop and then that code, that's exactly what you type into the comments underneath the video, so you don't need to miss a second. And we're having lots of new people at Doncaster that didn't even know that we did this, so it's going to get a little bit busy, which is really cool. So all you need to do is type shop and then the code for the product that you wish to purchase. We're then going to send you a direct message, and in that message is going to be a link. You're going to click that link and that will take you to checkout. And it's important that you do that because we put repeats out now. People can come in at any point and steal it out your basket because it's not yours till you paid for it. Just like it's not your food in the supermarket till you go through that checkout. So once you decide that you're happy with that, you're going to go there. The most important part, and if you haven't got an account with us yet, please open one. I had a couple of people yesterday who were buying from us on a regular basis but weren't a member of the club. You need to be a member of that club, and all you need to do is sign up. So just sign up for an account. It's free, which is what you would expect, to be fair. But then really simply, it automatically makes you a member of Club Highlight. You don't need to do anything else. Yes, we ask you for your date of birth, not because we're nosy, but because you get an extra something special on your birthday, which is very exciting. So make sure you're logging in and then checking out, because you get all those discounts. So you get a discount on every order. You get loyalty points for every £1 that you spend. And on a basket spend over £35, you get free postage. So it's all the benefits of being a club member and none of the downsides, which is fabulous, right? Love that. If you would prefer to shop with us on our website, you can do so. Please go to highlightcrafts.com, click watch live, press play, and as soon as that show starts, all the items in that show will appear down the right hand side of your screen. You then simply select the ones that you wish to purchase, and they go into a little red shopping bag at the top of your screen. And when you're ready to log in and check out, you're going to click that bag and that will take you through that process. Now you can also shop ahead, and then there's a lot of you that do that now. I have a vision of you sat in your nighties and your pyjamas in bed with your phone going, right, waiting, 11:59, 11:59, yes. Let's have a look what Highlight Crafts have got. Brilliant, love that. And we all appreciate that it's beautiful outside, so you might be going out for the day. Shop before you go, which is super easy to do. Also, if you would like notifications every time we go live, just type the word live in the comments right now and we will get that sorted out for you, so you don't need to miss a thing. Right, Lily, where are we going to start, my lovely?
Should we start with the embossed card?
Absolutely.
This is absolutely gorgeous, so we'll just move that out of the way.
You can talk to our friends about this.
Now, this is a little bit special. This is absolutely gorgeous. So we've got a couple of different options for you here. I think the one we've got on your screen is the double pack. So in each pack, you're going to get 30 different sheets here. I'll show you this first pack here, and it's £24.99 for a full pack of 60 sheets. And It's 280 GSM pre-embossed cardstock. So if you've not already got in your crafty stash a die cutting or embossing machine, this is going to be absolutely perfect because it has all of those designs pre-embossed in A4 size onto that lovely smooth white cardstock. So we'll start off with this lovely design here, great for your masculine makes as well as your all year round creations with those lovely numbers in the background, very much like a sort of printing plate that you've got with that one. So that's your first design in here. You get several of each design as well, so I will just flick through rather than showing the same design several times over. I'll move on to your next one, which is a super useful one to have in your crafty stash all year round.
Yeah, well, that one, I'll sort the rest out.
Oh, thank you. Which is your brickwork. Now this is going to be great for those Christmas cards. Perhaps you're going to be bringing in some of your lovely vintage brown ink pads, inking that up, adding perhaps some little bits of glitter like snow onto your brickwork. Really useful, but also as lovely on the front as it is on the reverse. If I turn them over so you've got them side by side, you've got that emboss or deboss option with every single one of these, which is fabulous. Now we love leaving it just white on white. If you want something a little bit more subtle, that white on white is going to look gorgeous, but if you want to bring in all your inks, all your finger waxes, all that sort of all those goodies that we have in our crafty stash, they're going to work perfectly with those as well. Thank you very much. So next up, I think this is my favourite because it's just one of those classic designs that we use in day out in our crafting, matches with just about everything. It's our lovely polka dots. That's your embossed design. If I just turn that over just to show you that lovely debossed design, gives you a slightly different look and feel, but equally beautiful and usable in all of your projects. Then next up we've got this lovely, almost like a quilted design. It's got real depth and texture to this one. One of those you feel like almost like you're looking into that image there. You've got your front side, and then if I just turn that over, you have got your reverse as well, so like your deboss side onto that one. Then we move on to our lovely cogs. I think that would work perfectly with that one that we showed you at the start with all those numbers on. Would be absolutely fabulous for all of your steampunk makes. Bringing in some of those sort of distress inks that you may have in your stash. That's going to look absolutely wonderful. And then finally, another very useful design here with your stripes. Reminds me a bit of lovely posh wallpaper with that one.
Reminds me of Egyptian cotton linen.
Oh yeah,
in a very posh hotel.
Has a very sort of luxurious feel to that one. Absolutely gorgeous. That first pack there is shop every day. Your everyday designs, you're getting 30 sheets there, but if you are going to want the next one that I'm about to show you, do just hold your horses a little moment because you can get both of them together. But if you do want that one, that's shop every day, and that's $16.99. Thank you very much. Right, next up we have our second pack of designs here. This one's shop beauty, and it definitely is a beauty. There's some gorgeous designs in this one. $16.99 once again, another 30 sheets of 280 GSM, all embossed edge to edge, no border on the edge of these. You've literally got that full A4 emboss with those gorgeous florals there. Could almost be quite tropical if you're bringing in all those lovely bright colourways with that one. Then we move on to another beautiful floral design. We'll also pair lovely with that first one that we had a little look at. Could be fussy cutting all those little flowers out and use them as separate embellishments if you so choose. And we have our lovely love hearts, great for weddings, anniversaries. Of course, Valentine's Day comes around once a year, so a great one to have in your crafty stash. I have to say, I love the deboss on that. Look how gorgeous that is with all those beautiful heart details onto your A4 sheet there. Then your lovely butterflies, always useful one to have in our crafty stash at the end of the day. If we make a mistake, what do? We stick a butterfly over it, of course, and it will hide all of those little crafty boo-boos that we have every now and again. Then we have the more ditzy florals, so really lovely delicate florals that you've got with this design here. How lovely would it be to bring in perhaps your little hot fix rhinestone tool and add a little gem to the centre of all those flowers. That would look absolutely stunning. And then finally we've got those lovely big rose designs there, very Renee Mackintosh when it comes to that gorgeous design. So that's Shop Beauty if you want to go for that one. That's $16.99, all 30 sheets there as part of that collection. But if you want to go for both of them, we have got a fabulous deal. Shop Emboss will bring both of those to you to $24.99, giving you 60 sheets, which is an awful lot.
Perfect. Right, Lily, let's put those back in the right one, otherwise we're going to get mixed up.
That's that one.
That's that one. That's that one. And that's that one. Those are your top 6 for next time. Right. Amanda Collins says, my points aren't showing for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, we'll sort that out for you. Just message help@highlightcrafts. Alison Stone says, thank you for this, Alison. Please sign up to the club. I wanted the Windy Meadow collection, but at the time couldn't afford it. Today, my club points paid for it.
Wow.
And it was $49.99. Brilliant. You also get an email on Sunday, so you have the gossip, updates, and know what is coming the following week. And it's free. Thank you, Alison. That's brilliant. That's exactly why you need to be a member. Right, Lily, decoupage paper next. Now, you're getting a double pack of this. So we were asked, we normally bring you a 170 decoupage paper. We were asked for a lighter weight. So we've gone to a 140. Now, what's fabulous about this paper, if you feel it, it almost feels a little bit chalky, doesn't it? Feels like it's been in a warehouse and there's dust on it. There isn't, because it's clean, but that's what it feels like. There's a very slight texture to it. Doesn't matter which side you print on, but it does feel chalky, and when you print it, it gives you that look. So if you've ever used a pigment ink or a dye-based ink, they're quite vibrant. If you use a chalk ink, it's matte, and that's what this gives you. But the benefit of having this paper in that weight is you can print off, if you love doing decoupage, print it on this. It's lightweight enough to cut with a pair of scissors and easily, but it also rolls. So it holds its form. So if I just start in the corner like that, literally just curve that edge, look how it's already holding its form. And then you can roll it. And we can roll it quite tight. So when I'm starting to roll, I get it between my fingers and my thumb. And I just work it backwards and forwards for a few times just to soften all those fibres that are in there. And then once you've got it there, you can roll it. Now you'll notice that it's staying in a roll. It's not creasing, it's not cracking, it is holding its form. Look at that. I can do the whole sheet like a rolling pin now, and it just rolls out perfectly. Now look at that, there isn't a single crack or crease, and look how it holds its form. There isn't a single crack or crease anywhere in that piece of paper, even where we started at that edge. Now you try doing that with another piece of card. It will crack. Even the 140 pure print, you will get the cracks in there. This is brilliant if you love your decoupage. So you're getting this and you're getting it twice. Two lots today. I know, I've knocked £11 off the price. $14.99 is going to get you 200 sheets. That's like 7.5 pence a sheet.
Wow, that's good. So it works out, so if you buy one pack, it works out an extra £2 more to get
another one.
So
you might as well, right?
£2 for 100 sheets. You wouldn't say no to that, let's be honest. Right? I certainly wouldn't.
Brilliant, right? Now then, so that is shop double. And it's $14.99. Remember, that's before your club discount, okay? Absolutely, stock up on this. Do you know what? Even if you don't do decoupage, so when we talk to you about our pure print and our premium pure print, it's a difference between a very, very tiny fibre and quite a long fibre, and that's how it works. So the regular pure print is brilliant for your alcohol markers because you can put the ink down, it will let it lay it down easily, and then it gives you time to blend it. That's your regular pure print. Your premium pure print will keep the intensity of that colour to the point where it almost looks like it's flocked. It's that good. It looks like the most expensive suede, faux suede. It's lovely. This will give you a completely different look to both of those, which means that you can mix and match all three. It doesn't have to be one or the other. You will get different looks and feels depending on what you want. So for example, you could print a scene off in premium pure print, have it at the background. You could then do your reflections artwork in your regular pure print because it'll be lighter coming forward. And then you could incorporate this into any decoupage layers that you've got. But that is brilliant. And you're getting 2 sets. Yes, Amber? You get 100 in each pack, so you're getting 200 in total. I know, for $14.99. Good, aren't we? Brilliant. Right, now then, one of my favourites, this. I love this. Do you want to talk to us about this, Lily? We've got some samples of it printed out for you on here as well.
This is a little bit special. This is absolutely exquisite. So this is ShopRite in $9.99. It's going to get you 20 sheets of 120 GSM. Now this gives you, and it's double-sided as well, by the way, I'll just flip that over so you can see the reverse. This gives you that lovely aged effect, so very much like the sort of old style writing papers, which of course you can be writing onto this, you can be doing all your letters onto this, but it gives you that lovely distressed edge without having to add your inks, without having to print it. That is exactly how this beautiful paper comes to you when you get this home. It's absolutely stunning. It's going to give all your projects that lovely aged effect. It's going to give you that lovely vintage look and feel. But how incredible, when I bring in these sheets that have already been printed, how absolutely incredible does it look with all those downloads. You've got all those USBs you've collected over the years. Perhaps knock down the opacity a little bit so it's a little bit more opaque, so you can see that lovely texture that you've got underneath. But just printing some of those florals onto there, it looks absolutely outstanding. How about some of your larger florals?
That's amazing on there, isn't it?
Isn't that just incredible? You've got all of that detail that you can see even into the background where you've got that print onto the background. It's still going to show all that detail, which is just stunning. And then how about your envelopes? I mean, how pretty does this look? Just looks amazing. That could have been something that's literally from hundreds of years ago that you've found up in the attic, but what you've done is you've actually printed it yourself using this amazing writing paper. It is incredible. It's a great one to have in your crafty stash. I know we bring to you lots of lovely floral artwork. How about printing it onto this and giving it a totally different look and feel by giving it that lovely antique effect? Shop Writing is going to get you your 120 GSM, 20 sheets, $9.99 for that one. I think it's a great one to have in your stash.
I do too, and you know what? It'd make great pirate scrolls.
Oh, it
Maps,
would, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it? It's got that look and feel, and I love it because it just gives you a completely different finish. So when you hear David talk about rice paper, so he's put it onto a glass tray and then he goes over white over the back, it makes the colour pop. Because you're printing on top of a coloured paper, it's going to make it look really, really vintage, which is fabulous. So when we moved into the house that we're in now, Lily, it's the house that I grew up in.
Oh,
and in one of the bedrooms, there's this big cupboard that goes all the way along, but it's under the eave, so it's shaped like that. So I went upstairs one day and I cleared it all out, and at the back there was a chocolate box, an old-fashioned, and I mean an old-fashioned, like old-fashioned chocolate box where you got all the embossed detail on the top and the vintage images. And I opened it up and there were letters in there from my mum to my dad when he was at university, from my grandma, who I never met but who I get my red hair from, letters from her to my mum when they were first married and living in Manchester. And it was like stepping back in time. And my dad studied metallurgy at Sheffield University, and when he first started, the lecturer said to him, if you submit your papers with handwriting like that, they won't even mark them. So he taught himself to write with a fountain pen in italics.
Wow.
I'd never seen my dad's original handwriting, but it was in that box. I can't tell you how emotional and how special that was. So if I wanted to print any of those off, because I don't want to put them in an album, I want to keep them safe. If I wanted to print those letters off, I could scan them in and print them on this, and then you would still get that same vintage look and feel. But it was just, it was one of those moments when you just go, and Mick came running upstairs because he could hear me, and I was like, are you all right? I'm like, look at this, I've just found all this. And then I made a proper box that they're all going, and every now and again I'll just get them out and read them. But it was one of those moments in life where you're like, this is a bit special. So get that into your basket, 20 sheets of 120 GSM, which means it will go through your printers. Question, do you have any other paper in stock that is suitable for envelopes? Plain, so I can print my own. Fed up with white envelopes, especially for special cards. I would say this, I'm not going to lie, that or your 140 pure print. So you want a lighter weight. 140 will do, but this is perfect actually. But if you want something slightly thicker, go for the 140 pure print. Doesn't matter whether it's premium or pure print. Depends how vibrant you want it to be. But also inserts in your cards would look lovely with that. Or if you're doing a scrapbook album, go straight on top of that. Amber, can you just put the icon on for me, please, love? Right, now then, Lily, we've got some beautiful pattern papers here. These are absolutely stunning. They're 6 by 6. You're going to get all 3 packs, is that right, Amber?
First one is
These two, right, you're going to get these two first. Oh gosh, what so many words going on in my head today. Lily, do you want to just flick through those for our lovely friends at home?
Absolutely. So you're going to get this dual pack here that we've got at the top. They are 6x6" in size. You've got 12 different designs within this one pack, and this first one is your vintage purple. Now, these are absolutely stunning single-sided papers, so you don't need to choose between one or either of the designs. You get that lovely design on the front. Absolutely gorgeous vintage designs with that beautiful purple colourway. This could be great for your scrapbooking. It might be for your card making as well. You could be folding these up if you want to be doing your sort of folding effects. Just lovely layers upon layers of detail you can see here. All that lovely sort of vintage effect, almost like somebody's gone in and sponged over the top with some paint there, but all done already in the paper. It's absolutely gorgeous. It looks almost like that lovely chalky sort of matte look and feel to these ones. All that gorgeous script in the background. Your 12 different sheets, you are getting one of each. It's almost like one of a kind with every single one of these. You're going to pair together beautifully as well, because you've got all those stunning colour coordination all the way through the pad. So if you are struggling a little bit in terms of matching your papers together, you know everything within this one pad is going to match together absolutely perfectly. And that's just the first one of your dual pack here. So Shop Vintage is going to get you this one, and it's going to get you the next one as well.
Okay, just pause there a minute. Daphne Rogers says, I see my points, they are pending, maybe not updated yet. So the way that the points work is we put them back on, allocate them back to your account 2 weeks after you've purchased an item, because we need to make sure that you don't return it before we put the points on your account. So if you think you've got some missing, that's why it'll take up to 2 weeks to put them on. Debbie Hassel, I'm sending you lots of love. That's not nice. You lost a dog.
Oh, Debbie.
So we're sending you lots and lots of love for everybody here at Highlight Crafts. It's hard, isn't it, that? But sit back and just watch us. We might cheer you up a little bit. We'll do our best anyway, won't we? Right, Lily, let's have a look at the next one then, please.
Gorgeous. So this is your purple flowers. You are getting another 12 sheets as part of this gorgeous pack here. It's 160 GSM. Look at that. It looks almost like it's being lifted straight out of one of your lovely botanical albums. Just stunning with that little pop of that lovely pinky purple. It just really makes a difference. Now that is gorgeous. That could be straight away ready for your scrapbook. You've got that lovely space on that top right hand corner where you could be popping your photo directly onto there. Great for your little memory albums and your scrapbooks. Now that is a beauty. How stunning is that for your backgrounds? And then you're bringing in all your florals with all those layers, that vintage sort of sepia colourway in the background. Layer upon layer. Once again, you've got almost like your painterly effects in the background of these lovely designs. Some of them are more bold, so going to be great for your foregrounds. Some of them are more muted, so perfect for your backgrounds. But all of that lovely sort of vintage style paper in the background. How beautifully, if you're going for your aged paper, how beautifully is that going to match alongside these? Once again, for your scrapbooking, you could be journaling straight onto there, popping your photo on that top right hand corner. Really cleverly designed in terms of all those different little design elements you can see on each and every single one of the sheets. You've got real scenes in there. You can almost feel like you're sat in that little scene there with all your books stacked up. You can almost smell the sort of musty old vintage books with that one there, and your gorgeous florals as well. So all 12 sheets in that one are included, as well as the 12 sheets in your other pack there. So you are getting 24 sheets in total for $9.99, and that's a little time to stock up, I think.
Yeah, I love 6x6 as well. They're really nice. If you just want the smaller card, you've got the basics there, haven't you, to get started, which is lovely. Alan says, hi Mel and Lily, is it possible to visit Highlight Crafts building in person? You can when we have a festival on, or an open weekend. Yeah, absolutely. So make sure that you signed up for that Sunday email, because you'll find out when the next festival is, and we've changed them slightly. So we're doing a couple of days now with different techniques rather than a whole full-on festival. And there was a few people, I'm going to tell you the stories, a few people that were a bit like, oh, I'm not sure whether I'm going to like this new format. Absolutely loved it, because it's all about technique and learning stuff, which is brilliant. So yes, if you want to come on one of those, absolutely, you'd be very, very welcome. Right, next, Lily, we've got our holographic sticker sheets. Now these are amazing. We've printed on these. You need your glossy photo setting on your printer for this, but look how reflective that is, and every time you move it, look at that colour pop.
Wow,
it's fantastic, isn't it? Now you could use this on your scan and coat with your vinyl blade, and it will kiss cut it. So if you really, really want to go fancy on one of those water bottles, you can do. Yeah. You're going to get 12 sheets, and it's $14.99. But also consider printing something like the Fluttering Through Winter, or the fluttering through lace, the rice paper downloads onto these, because they'll look phenomenal. So if you're in the market for some holographic sticker sheets, you can get 12 sheets today for Shop Hollow, H-O-L-O, I know it says it on the screen, but $14.99, which is great. Now, printable acetate is another one that we bring you here, and this is really clever, because on one side it's slightly rougher, that's the side you print on a laser. On the other side it's smoother, that's the one that you print on an inkjet, and you can hear it. I always take the mickey out of David because he stands there like that. And he turns it round and stands there like that. But you can hear it. The texture tells you. But you can also use your foil pen on this, Lily.
Oh.
Your hot foil pen.
So I could print onto it
Yes.
and I could foil it.
Absolutely.
Oh.
So if you've got a design that you want to print it off, then print it on acetate, put it on your light board, and then you can go in and fill in with your foil. It's a fabulous product, our printable acetate. Use it all the time. Wraps around your card. You know, if you're making and selling, putting an acetate wrap round is absolutely brilliant, because it'll up your price, because the value will go up, but it just looks stunning, especially on Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Because it looks like one of those bowed windows of a toy shop. So absolutely, if you're in the market for that, 25 sheets you're going to get in that one for $14.99. Right, Lily, do you want to talk us through this?
Oh.
This looks like a Minecraft studio. I'm going to move down, then you've got some
Certainly is.
space.
Right, so this is our next one. This is Shop Download. You're getting your Kit and Caboodle Backgrounds Volume 1 download. You're getting absolutely tons. You're getting over 1,000 backgrounds as part of this one for £30. So if you're brand new to crafting and you're thinking, do you know what, I need a lot of backgrounds for my cards, I need lots of choice when it comes to all those different occasions that I'm crafting for, this is going to be absolutely perfect to give you all those backgrounds. But the beauty of this one, with having it as a download, you can be printing it onto your cardstock. It could be onto your decoupage paper. It could be onto those lovely age backgrounds that we've just shown you. It could be onto your printable acetate, and then you're foiling it. It just gives you so much scope in terms of all those different surfaces that you can print onto. Now, there is absolutely tons on here. We couldn't possibly show you.
There's 1,000.
Every single one. I mean, we couldn't go through all those. We'd be here all day. That'd be the rest of the show's done.
It would.
So we'll give you a little bit of a flavour as to some of the gorgeous designs that you get in here. A really nice variety. So you've got lots and lots of different occasions you can be crafting with these gorgeous designs. You've got those bold prints on here. You get something a little bit more soft that might be great for your backgrounds. You could be printing these and making your envelopes out of them. You could be printing them and folding them into your boxes and your gift bags. Lots of different colourways, lots of different designs. Of course, you can print it A3 if you've got an A3 printer. If you've got your A3 rice papers, you could be printing it onto those as well and bringing it into your home decor. There's just so much scope that you've got when you've got downloads. They are absolutely fabulous, and the variety on this one is just incredible. It's going to build a library for you, so you've got lots of choice for all of your projects, for all of your occasions, all of your recipients. You've pretty much got it covered when it comes to this amazing download
And
here.
I love Ditsy prints, because if you've got a doll's house, they're brilliant for wallpaper.
Oh yeah, of course.
But remember, you can use all of these, print them off on what you want, when you want. That's the thing. And I love that, because I own thousands and thousands of pieces of paper. It's ridiculous how much paper I've got. And we're all the same, aren't we? Oh, it's a bit too nice to use.
Oh yeah.
When you're buying a digital download, there's a benefit. So first of all, you're never going to run out. Secondly, you can print it on what you want, which is great. So whatever will go through your printer, you can print it. Thirdly, it's instant. So you don't need to wait for the postman to come up your drive. It's instant. You can be crafting with this as soon as you've paid for it and checked it out. And fourth reason, there's no postage.
Of course.
Because it's digital. So you're going to get all of these fabulous backgrounds. Think about your envelopes out of these, your envelope liners out of these. Think about these for your mats and layers on your boxes, making your handbags. And then you've got all these incredible, they look like an acrylic pour on some of these as well, and your textures. So it's a great opportunity to get a lot, but for a little. Karen Halbert is asking, question, can you use the printable acetate with the scan and cut foiling kit? I need to check that out, because it's glue, whereas the hot foil will bond to it. I'll try it after, Karen, and we'll let you know in the show tomorrow, because I'll just scribble a bit on and we'll see what happens. And then I'll let you know in the shows tomorrow, because we've got 3 hours together, me and Lily, tomorrow.
Certainly have.
We're going to really concentrate on that cracker download that we had the other day, because there was loads of stuff that we're going to do with it. And I'm not going to plan it. We're going to do it on each show live. So you see the good bits and the bad bits, and making a mistake, show you how to put it right. That's what's going to happen. So it's going to be really cool. Right, Lily, do you want to go and do us a demonstration?
Yeah, I'd love to.
And then I'll come back and I'll have a look at these card blanks and cardstock for you. I've got my drink with me today. I'm going to have to keep hydrated.
You need it.
I do.
Definitely need it today. That is
Do need it.
Right.
Right, Lily Lou, what are we up to and what are you using, please?
Well, I thought we'd bring in those fabulous card blanks. I know we've not had a little look at them
we'll
yet.
have a look at those in a minute.
They are fabulous. So I thought we'd do a little bit of something with those. And also, because I'm not going to lie, I absolutely love it. I thought, do you know what? We'll bring it in, that lovely embossed card pack. So we'll do a little bit of something, a bit of a mash-up between those two and bringing in some of that lovely Crimson Noel collection as well. So we're going to start off with our card base. Now, within that kit that we will have a little look through a little bit later on, you do have lots and lots of different sizes and shapes and finishes as well of your card bases, but I wanted to show you how you can do something a little bit different with these. So I took one of the card bases in this lovely, it's kind of like an ivory colour with that pearlized. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous, really opulent with that particular selection there. And all we've done on that front piece is we've just actually added a score line just from where that fold is there, that bottom corner, all the way up onto that top right hand corner. So just showing you how you can take these card bases and take them one step further if you want, rather than just using it as a simple sort of side fold or tent fold card, which of course is going to work beautifully. How about doing a twisted easel? So we've just popped our diagonal score line onto there, and that's just going to fold up just like so. Very easy to create with just one extra score line, and it will still fit in that envelope that you get included as well. So that's the first part of our card. We will leave that to one side for just a moment because I want to bring in at this point these fabulous embossed cardstock packs. And I mean, that's gorgeous on its own as it is. If we just pick up that detail, there we go, you can just see, and on the background there, it's equally as beautiful on that deboss side. But if we bring in our card base once again, having that white and that cream doesn't quite match together as nicely as I would like it to. So what we'll do is we'll bring in one of our distress inks, and I've just got gathered twigs here. Any sort of creamy browny sort of colour tone will work nicely for this. And I'm just going to ink up this piece here. Oh, that was an awful squeak, I do apologise. Goes right through me, that sort of noise. So we'll just go around with our brush and we'll just start to ink the edges. I'm just being quite light with this. I want to give it a little bit of a sort of vintage look and feel, and just colorise that cardstock so it's going to match a little bit nicer with that lovely ivory colour that we've got for our card base. So we're just going in circular motions. I've got my glass mat underneath just because it's a nice slick surface, so it's going to allow me to blend a little bit easier. That blending tool is just going to glide over that cardstock. And the cardstock that you get in here with these embossed designs is really, really super smooth. So it's nice and easy to blend your ink over the top. You could be going in perhaps with some of your finger waxes and picking out those lovely polka dots, or just leaving it in white. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous just leaving it on white, but I know it is a little bit more difficult for us to show you through the screen when we're just leaving it white on white. So adding the colour just allows you to see that design a little bit better. So you can see all those lovely polka dots all over that background now. Before I get inky fingers absolutely everywhere, I've been organised, I know. And I've brought in a wipe, so I'll quickly wipe my glass mat. Another great thing I love about your glass mat is just super easy to wipe all of that off there. And then we're going to start to layer this up. So I've got a piece of our red cardstock, and I'm just going to mat and layer that lovely polka dot design just onto that thin little border of red there. So I'm bringing in my glue. You could be using your double-sided tape if you find that a little bit easier. But just for speed, we'll go in with our glue. Quite frankly, I don't think anyone at home wants me to spend the next half an hour peeling the backing off of tape. So we're just going with our glue just for speed, and then that will just go onto that red matte layer. And when I bring in my florals, that red will match perfectly with the lovely poinsettias that we're going to bring in. So we'll just line that up, make sure it's nice and level, and then that's going to go onto the base of our twisted easel. So if we bring that back in, that's going to fit perfectly onto the base there. So we'll glue that once again, and then we've just got another piece that we've done ahead of time, exactly the same sort of idea with that lovely embossed cardstock. We've inked it using that exact same ink, and we've matted and layered it. So we'll have that nice matching design on the base and on that top part of the card. So that will just sit down onto there, and that creates those mats and layers onto our base. And then we've got that same piece here, just cut into a diagonal, and that's going to sit perfectly onto that top section there. So the top is matching the base, and it's all going to coordinate together nicely. So once again, we'll go in with our glue, and just start to build this card together. So it's nice to show how you can bring in your inks. I know a lot of you at home will have plenty of inks in your crafty stash that you can choose from, just to colorise your embossed designs and give you that lovely, more bold design onto that lovely embossing. So just line that up, making sure I've got a nice even border all around the edge of there, and that's going to give us our mats and layers. Now we need a little bit more decoration, and of course with it being an easel we will need a stopper. So we'll bring in our stopper right now. We've got a little sentiment here that we've just die cut, Season's Greetings, and that's just going to go on that base there as our stopper. So just making sure that's nicely lined up. If I want it a little bit more stood up, I can do, or if I want it a little bit further forward, I can also do that as well. Just help me with the placement, because I'm going to pop one of our lovely florals underneath there. I'll just lay that out sort of where I'm thinking to glue it, just to make sure I've got space in terms of where this is sitting, and we'll just manoeuvre that around until it's lined up nicely with our card there. Then I've got one of these lovely florals. I will glue that afterwards. I'm going to work on this top section first. So we just fold our card back down. I'm going to have some of those lovely florals alongside that edge there. Now I've brought in some of those lovely poinsettia die cuts. I'll just take some of my pin flare glue, and that's just going to go onto the back of here, and we'll start to build this together in a lovely arrangement along our card. But it's just nice to show a slightly different way of using your card bases. Instead of just using them sort of as they are straight out the packet, you can be bringing in different score lines to give you a different look and feel. I mean, you could be creating your Z-fold cards with these. It could be a regular easel, it could be a reverse easel. There's lots of different options just by adding a few clever little score lines as to how you can build these into different card styles. So we'll have a couple of these underneath there, and I've just gone in ahead of time and just decoupaged a few of these up just to give me that little bit more dimension onto here. Got a few of our little berries here that we can tuck underneath, and it's just about building the arrangement. I'm sort of building it from the inside outwards, so I've got that lovely flower as that almost like a focal point in the centre, and then I'm just building all my little bits and bobs outwards and just following that lovely diagonal line that we've got along our card base. Now I know we do have the Kit and Caboodle 5-in-1 trimmer on the show. We've not looked at it yet, but you will find it over on the website, and you do have on your guillotine, your guillotine side, you have all of your different angles on there, which is super useful if you're creating cards like this where you've got that diagonal edge. Your angles on there are super useful. Got a couple more little bits here just to fill out that space, so I'll just add another of my berries. And what I've done with my berries, I've not used any of them whole, I've just sort of snipped into them to make them a little bit smaller so that they'll work a little bit better in the space that I've got. And then we'll just stand that off. Hopefully all the glue doesn't slide off, but we shall soon find out. And then we've got our lovely little sprig there that's just going to go onto the bottom section. So I'll go in once again the bit of our pin flare 3D glue gel onto the back of there, just so it's standing proud underneath, just to finish it off. But what a lovely way to use your card blanks in a totally different way. Adding in one score line allows you to create your twisted easels, and how fabulous does that embossed card look? No need for an embossing folder, that cardstock is already done for you.
That's lovely, Lily. Absolutely stunning. And that's with our Crimson Noel collection. Right, do you want to get ready for a demo with the trimmer?
Oh yeah.
And I will recap on here. So, cards and envelopes. I know, we need them though, don't we? So, in this box, it's going to come to you 114 cards with their matching envelopes. Now, a lot of the envelopes are coloured. So if you're sick of white envelopes, these are going to be lovely. This, with a little stamp on there, and just shaded in a white pencil, with that, would make a lovely gift card holder. So you're going to get those two. You're then going to get a slightly bigger size in white, and all of these will come with their coordinating envelopes. And I've separated them out into cards and envelopes. It works out at 16 pence for a card and envelope, I believe. Is it 17.99 number? 21.99. Oh, okay. So I think it's 8. Just divide 17.99 for me by 21.99 by 114. So you're getting all of these. You're getting your scalloped edges, you're getting your rectangular scalloped edges, your squares. 19 pence. So you get 19 pence for a card and envelope. You've got your metallic in here that will emboss or deboss on your trimmer, because on that trimmer there's a scoreboard on the other side. You've also got some gorgeous cream. Now I just want to make sure that you understand that this cardstock comes from the same paper mill that we bring our posh card from, and it's the same quality. Okay, this isn't an inferior quality because you're getting a lot. You're getting a lot, but you're getting the best. Okay, so you've got all of those. You've got some rectangular ones. You can see here how it perforates brilliantly. So you've got your DLs in there as well. You've got almost like a pearlescent gold. So you've got that shimmer on there. Just there you can see that gold shimmer, a bit like Centura Pearl. You've got that. You've got the dotty ones that our Lily has just used. How fabulous are they? Love that. I love a dotty card. Just takes away that blank white space. We've then got square cards and envelopes in here. You've got more rectangular ones. There's loads, literally loads. You've got card blanks. And then impressively, you've also got A4. Now, if you don't want to use them for A4, cut them down or cut down the spine and use them for something else. But you're getting all of that, plus all of the envelopes that go with them. So you don't even need to go around looking for an envelope. You've got all your card blanks and all your envelopes, and it's shop card, and it's $21.99. Now, this is UK only, just because of the weight. You can see how beautifully this card scores. Look at that. Look how fabulous that is for a score line. Brilliant, right? Even down here, look. It's not cracking or creasing. So if you want really, really good quality, and you know what? If you're going to make somebody something, make it with the best ingredients, right? Because we pour our heart and souls into our creations. Let's make sure that the foundation of that creation is the best that it can be. So shop card, $21.99. Now, I'm surprised to see this on the show, because this is brilliant. Now, we haven't got a lot of this left. Okay, this is your regular cream cardstock from that same paper mill. Okay, so in here you're going to get this. That's stuck. All the boxes have got mixed up outside there. This doesn't have a finish to it. Okay, so it's not like the stucco where it has that finish, but this is a 280 GSM card. In fact, it's virgin on 300. That if you're a scan and cut user, this cuts beautifully on your scan and cut, and it also scores beautifully with the blade. So when you're scoring with the blade, you want a slightly sturdier card, and you literally just put half cut on, take the pressure back to about -4, -5, it depends on the edge of your blade, and then get it to do the score lines. Watch the scan and cut shows tomorrow. We're going to teach you all of that. So you're going to get 30 sheets of 12 by 12. Okay, then you're going to get 30 sheets of A5. If you're doing wedding invitations and you've got a lot of invitations, order of service, all of that kind of thing, the quality of this is exceptional. And as a card snob, or as Stephanie said, the worst card snob, this is brilliant. Okay, then you're going to get 60 of your A4. I know, 60 A4. So we're already up to 120 sheets. And then you're also going to get 30 A3. Now, obviously it's not quite as long as 12 by 24, but for making your bigger projects on your scan and cut, this is the one that you want to get. Okay, so even if you've got one now, we've got 7 of these left. So even if you've got it now, you need to be stocking up. I don't know when the next lot's coming in. I don't know what it is, but I do know that they're struggling now to get us deals like this. So please, 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 while we've got it, grab it, because if you don't, I am. And I don't say that lightly, because I am desperate for some really good quality card for the scan and cut. This is brilliant for that. So whether you're doing your construction weights, where you're making your boxes, we've just done how to make a box in the class this month. So perfect for all of that. Tick, 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 tick. Right? That's all you need to do is type shop cream. And it's not like a yellowy cream. It's a very elegant cardstock. It's a lovely colour. Absolutely lovely. Right, I'm just going to recap on the decoupage paper for you, because this is very busy in today's show. So this is your 150. We bought you 170 before. We're now bringing you 150 because we have people asking if we could have a lighter weight for making things like your envelopes or your envelope liners. Now normally it is it normally $13.99 or $12.99?
You can get it as single.
You can get it as $12.99 per pack. okay, for 100 sheets. So you're paying about 13 pence a sheet. Now this is different to our pure print in that when you feel it, it feels almost chalky. You'll know what I mean when you get it home. Print on it and it gives you that flat matte finish, which is brilliant when you use it alongside your regular pure print and your premium pure print, because it gives you a completely different look and feel. I know the 170 sold out last week. Now you're going to get 100 sheets, but because we're feeling very generous, I'm going to give you another 100 sheets for £2. No words, is there? So this second pack that's in this box is costing you 2 pence a sheet. That's madness. So while we've got it, pop it in your basket. I showed you earlier how you can curl this right from the corner, right the way around. It holds its form, but it does not crease. So have a look at that. There isn't a single crease, crack, nothing in that cardstock, and I rolled that tight. So if you're in the market for some really good quality lightweight paper, I mean envelopes, it'd be perfect for your envelopes, 150, wouldn't it? Absolutely stunning. Right, if you want that, shop double, $14.99. Now I have to come back to this because this that printed is absolutely stunning. Yes, that rose and butterfly with the background would look wonderful on white or on your cream card, but look at it in the vintage tones. It just knocks back that colour. It brings out all the detail in the background. It's double-sided, so it doesn't matter which side you print on, but if you are going to do a fold back on your card, you're going to see a pretty edge, okay, because you can have vintage paper and white on the back. When you fold it back, it doesn't work. So what we've done is we've got it so that we've got it printed on both sides. Love it for your envelopes. How pretty is that? Tell you what, that comes through your door, you know it's not a bill, don't you? Right, so you're going to get 20 sheets of that, 120 GSM, nice for your envelope liners as well, that. Shop writing, $9.99. Right, Lily, are you ready to talk us around this trimmer?
Certainly am, yes.
Lovely, thank you.
Now I have to say I spent just about all day yesterday waxing lyrical about how much I love this guillotine. It was super popular yesterday at Crafting Live. I had so many people that had never seen it before and absolutely amazed by the fact that it's double-sided. I know I personally have never had a double-sided trimmer, guillotine, envelope maker, box maker. Tons you can do with this, and it's just great, especially if you go to craft classes and you want something that's a little bit more portable. This is going to be absolutely perfect. So I'm going to start off with side number 1 here, and on this first side, this is where we've got our guillotine. Now if I lift that blade up, of course, please do take a little bit of care underneath that blade, but every time we cut in, we're going to get that metal on metal contact. That means every single cut we make, we are self-sharpening that blade. Now it's going to give you a lovely crisp clean cut. So if I get a piece of our 250 GSM cardstock, I'm just going to butt that up against that top edge there to make sure I'm getting that lovely crisp right angle. I'm going to press down onto those two sections there. It's even telling us exactly where we need to press, and I'm going to cut downwards but also slightly inwards. So instead of just going straight down, we're going to angle it inwards a little bit, and that's going to help with that metal on metal contact. Now this piece, this smaller piece that we've cut off, is absolutely perfect with no feathering onto there at all, and it's exactly the same on this piece here. You get that lovely crisp accurate cut every single time. Now on the base there, you are getting your measurements in both your inches and your centimetres, so whichever one you tend to go for, you've got both options covered, both top and bottom. And just to note as well, if you're new to using a guillotine like this, the measurement is from the edge there outwards, so the number 1's there because 0 is at that point there. Now you're also getting the grid line on the base there, so very easy to line up, making sure you get those lovely right angles. But if you are wanting to cut at different angles, those are all marked on the base there. So if you're doing something like a diagonal card at a 45-degree angle, you can literally just trim off, follow that line and trim off, and it's going to give you those lovely sharp accurate angles. So that's your first side. If I flip this over, this brings in our side where we've got our trimmer. Now your paper trimmer is on this side here, and you are getting 2 different blades on here. So first of all, you are going to get that lovely, almost like a zigzag or deckled edge on there. If I flick that switch, and I'm not even having to remove that blade, I'm literally just flicking a switch, it then turns into our little perforation line. So if you're doing things like your RSVPs, that's going to be absolutely perfect to give you that little line that they can rip along to send back their invite. So I'm just going to press down on that blade, cutting upwards from the base up, pressing down all the way along there, and it gives us that lovely perforated line that you can tear along. Now the key thing with this one is until you press down onto that blade, it's not going to cut. So if you want to take your time positioning that, that's not going to cut until I exert any pressure onto that one. Once again, you get your two areas where it tells you where to press, so you're making sure you're anchoring that cardstock into place. Now once again, you are getting your measurements in both inches and centimetres, top and bottom, but you might have noticed on this side we've actually got a sort of the grooves onto that base there. Now this is where we bring in our scoring tool. So on the other side here, you've got this little compartment where you've got your scoring tool and this little guide. So if I bring out our scoring tool there, you can use that on alongside that base there. So you can do all of your scoring. You'll be popping your cardstock up against there, finding your score line, and you can be doing all of your scoring onto your cardstock just using this fantastic guillotine here, and that will fold along there. And you can burnish onto your cardstock, so you can do all of your scoring and all of your folding. And then included as well, you do have your little guide here. Now I know it is a little bit small, but if you go over onto our website at Highlight Crafts, you will find a download for this. You can print it out a little bit larger if that makes it easier for you. You've got all of your box sizes, so it tells you the size box it's going to make, and then what size of paper you need to cut it to make that box, and then where you need to score it. You've even got a diagram and full instructions for both your base and your lid on there. If I flip it over, because it is double-sided, you've got the same sort of idea, but for your envelopes and for your box envelopes as well. So if you're doing cards with lots of layers, lots of decoupage, and you need a slightly more 3D envelope, then that one's going to be perfect for creating all of those envelope boxes. So that's your scoring system that you've got included as part of this guillotine. And then the final little function that we've got at the top here is our corner rounder. Now if I take a piece of our cardstock, we've got two diagonal lines there. All we need to do is just feed our cardstock in, making sure they're spaced nicely and evenly between those two areas there. You're going to push it in until it won't go any further back into there. Then you've got your corner rounder at the top. My top tip for this one, don't try and punch around that bottom section. You're going to try and punch as far back as you possibly can, and I just use my thumb because my nails are a little bit long. And we're just going to punch down, and that gives us that lovely rounded corner. It just gives you such a lovely professional effect to your makes. And then underneath, you've got a little tray that's just underneath there, so it's going to catch all of the waste. Instead of having all little bits of card, those punch pieces all over your desk, it collects it nice and neatly into there. You can just empty it into your bin, and that will go back in there perfectly. So in terms of having something like a scoreboard, a trimmer, a guillotine, all built into the one piece of kit, it's going to save you an awful lot of space, and you know where everything is. You're not desperately searching for a scoreboard or a guillotine. It's all in the one piece of kit, and it's a great one to have in your craft room.
Lovely, thank you, Lily.
You're
Shop
welcome.
trim. $49.99 for that one. Right, Janice says, talking about printable acetate, I printed the rice paper design on acetate and the same design on paper, lined them up so I could make a card with a loose leaf acetate sheet. My daughter loved it. Great shout that, Janice. Brilliant, isn't it, that acetate? I love it. I love the fact that you can use it with your foil pen. That for me is a thing. And it prints on laser or inkjet, depending on which side you use. It's good that, isn't it? Right, our lovely Amber wants me to show you these papers again now, because these are lush. I need these in my life. We haven't got many left. In fact, we've got two, to be honest.
That's not many at all.
So, no. So scrapbooking paper, they're 160. They're 6x6. Look how beautiful these are. Isn't that just glorious? Imagine a box decorated with these, and then your sospeso trasparente over the top. These are beautiful. It's like we've had a jeweler and a flower maker and a milliner all meet together, and they've brought all the goodies in, laid them all out in a beautiful design and taken a picture of them. They're absolutely stunning. Look at these. I mean, these on a card front, you wouldn't need much else on, would you really? They are absolutely beautiful. So you're getting all different designs. Each one is slightly different. So you're getting all of these. Look at these colours. They're rich, aren't they? They're opulent. I love all the seed bead detail that you've got inside here with those longer pearls. Look at the centre of that flower. I mean, they're just exquisite, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. So I think you get, look, by the look of it, you're getting two of each. You've got different ones in here. They remind me of a highly embroidered jacket. So there was a lady on Create and Craft, and I can't remember her name, used to do, oh, Melanie, what was she called? Did passementerie, made her own buttons. can't remember what she's called. There's a whole business based around it. That's really annoying. Somebody message in and let me know, will you please? Because that'll drive me crazy all day. But it looks like it's dimensional. It looks like you've got those folds in, those lace. It looks like the lace that our Jennifer, one of our customers, makes. Her lace making is exceptional, and it looks just like that. So you're getting all of these beautiful, beautiful designs, all in the similar matching and coordinating colour tone. Tear them, trim them down, die cut them, do whatever you want. Just use them on the front of your card bases, put them on a box if you're making boxes. These are absolutely exquisitely beautiful. So look at the centre in that. Look at the detail of that. They look like fabric. Look at that. Looks like it's stitched with gold work around that outside edge and creating that depth and dimension. Shop Floral is going to get you 24 sheets for $9.99. And I love the fact that they haven't just taken a 12 by 12 image and scaled it down. They've made it as a 6 by 6 image, so everything coordinates together. And don't just think, so you could do one with it like that on a card, and then your next card, you just rotate it 90 degrees. Gives you a different look and feel. Rotate it again, different, and rotate it again, different again. So you're getting all of those sheets. So you've got 24 sheets, and it's a lovely quality, really lovely quality. Should be $12.99. You've got a £3 saving on that today. Nice that, right? We'll take that. We'll take all the savings we can get, won't we? Because then we can buy more stuff with them, right? Now, we haven't got very long left. In fact, we're running down to nearly finishing the show now then. Need your help next hour, please. Our Jane, Diane's sister, who started working with us a few months ago, is obsessed with resin. We have got a Cadence resin show coming up that you do not want to miss, and our Jane is going to demonstrate for you. In the meantime, thank you to Lily.
Thank you.
Thank you to Ethan on cameras. Thank you to our Amber, sat in the production seat, and more than anything, thank you to you for joining us, and I will see you through that wall in about 4 minutes' time. Take care. See you in a bit.